All right, welcome back, folks, to the Great Bible Reading I'm doing this month in November. This is part 2. We'll continue on with Exodus here. All right, let's begin. Right, Exodus chapter 1. These are the names of the children of Israel which came to Egypt with Jacob, every man with his household: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. All these souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70. But Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel grew and increased, multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was full of them. But there rose up a new king in Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his folk, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are greater and mightier than we. Come on, let us play wisely with them, lest they multiply, and lest it happen that if there chance any war, they join themselves unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them out of the land. Therefore did they set taskmasters over them. Nope. Wow. Yep. Therefore did they set taskmasters over them to keep them under with burdens. And they built unto Pharaoh treasure cities, Piton and Ramses. But the more they vexed them, the more they multiplied and grew, such that they abhorred the children of Israel. And the Egyptians held the children of Israel in bondage without mercy. Therefore was their life bitter unto them in that cruel bondage, in clay and brick, and all manner of work in the fields. For all their service which they did unto them was full of tyranny. The king of Egypt said unto the midwives of the Hebrew women, or the Hebrews' women, of which the one's name was Sephora and the other Puah, When you do the office of a midwife to the women of the Hebrews, and see in the birth time that it is a boy, you shall kill it. But if it be a daughter, it shall live. Notwithstanding, the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them. Let's see. But saved the men children. The king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, Why have ye dealt on this manner, and have saved the men children? And the midwives answered Pharaoh, that the Hebrews women are not as the women of Egypt, for they are sturdy women, and they are delivered ere the midwives come at them. And God therefore dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it fortuned, because the midwives feared God, he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, All the men children that are born cast into the river, and save the maid children alive. 2. Moses is born and cast into the flags. He is taken up of Pharaoh's daughter. He killeth the Egyptian. He fleeth and marrieth a wife. And the Israelites cry unto the Lord. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took a daughter of Levi, and the wife conceived and bare a son. And when she saw that it was a proper child, she hid him 3 months. And when she saw that, and when she could no longer hide him, she took a basket of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and pitch, and laid the child therein, and put it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sisters stood afar off to wit what would come of it. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself in the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the basket among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw it was a child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on it, and said, It is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister unto Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call unto thee a nurse of the Hebrews' women to nurse thee the child? Pharaoh's daughter answered her, Go. And the maid ran and called the child's mother, to whom Pharaoh's daughter said, Take this child away and nurse it for me. I will reward thee. And the woman took the child and nursed it up. The child grew, and she brought it unto Pharaoh's daughter, and it was made her son. And she called the name of it Moses, because, said she, I took him out of the water. And it happened in those days that Moses was waxed great, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens, and spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, which was one of his brethren. And he looked round about, and when he saw no man by, he slew the Egyptian, and hid him in the sand. And when he was gone out another day, behold, 2 Hebrews strove together. And he said unto him that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? He answered, Who made thee a man of authority to judge us? Speakest thou to kill me, as thou killedst the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, Of a surety this thing is known. And Pharaoh heard of it, and went about to slay Moses. And Moses, fleeing from the face of Pharaoh, dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well's side. The priest of Midian had 7 daughters, which came and drew water, and filled the troughs for to water their father's sheep, and the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their sheep. And when they came to Reuel their father, he said, How happeneth that ye are come so soon today? They answered, A man of Egypt delivered us from the hand of the shepherds, and so drew us water, and watered the sheep. He said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why have ye so left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah his daughter, which, when she bare a son, called him Gershon, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And she bare yet another son, whom he called Eleazar, saying, The God of my father is mine helper, and hath rid me out of the hands of Pharaoh. And it chanced in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by the reason of bondage, and cried, and their complaint came up unto God from the bondage. And God heard their moan. And God remembered his promise with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. 3. Moses keepeth sheep. God appeareth unto him in a bush, and sendeth him to the children of Israel, and to Pharaoh the tyrant. Oh. Moses kept the sheep of Jethro, his father-in-law, priest of Midian, and he drove the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the flame burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Therefore Moses said, I will go now and see this great sight, how it cometh that the bush burneth not. And when the Lord saw that he came for to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. He answered, Here am I. And he said, Come not hither, put thy shoes off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. And he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the trouble of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry from the face of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them out of the land, unto a good land, and a large, unto a land that floweth with milk and honey, even unto the place of the Canaanites, and Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and of the Jebusites. Now therefore, the complaint of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto God, What am I, to go unto Pharaoh, and to bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he answered, I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. After that thou hast brought the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, I shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you. And if they say unto me, What is his name? What answer shall I give them? And God answered Moses, I am that I am. And he said, This shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And God spake further unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial. Into generation and generation. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and thou shalt say unto them, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, appeared unto me and said, In visiting have I visited you, and I know that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you out of tribulation of Egypt, unto the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites, even unto a land that floweth with milk and honey. And when they hear thy voice, then go, both thou and the elders of Israel shall go unto the king of Egypt, and say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath met with us, and now will we go therefore 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and do sacrifice unto the Lord our God, and I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not in a mighty hand. And I will stretch out mine hand, and smite Egypt with all my wonders which I will do in the midst thereof, and after that he will let you go. And I will get this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, such that when you go, you shall not go empty, but a wife shall borrow of her neighboress, and of her that sojourneth in her house, jewels of silver and of gold and raiment. And you shall put them on your sons and daughters, and shall rob the Egyptians. 4. Moses received signs of his calling, and was sent into Egypt. His wife Zipporah circumcised her son. Aaron meeteth with Moses. Moses taketh his leave of his father-in-law. Moses answered and said, See, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, but will say, The Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is that which is in thine hand? He answered, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from the sight of it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And therefore he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. For this thing, saith he, shall they believe thee, that the Lord God of thy fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Thrust thine hand into thy bosom. And he thrust his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out again, behold, his hand was leprous, even as snow. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. Therefore, if they will not believe thee, neither hear the voice of the first token, yet will they believe for the voice of the second token. But and if they will not believe the two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, thou shalt take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall turn to blood upon the dry land. Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent from yesterday and ere yesterday, and namely, since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow-mouthed and slow-tongued. The Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth, or who hath made the dumb, or the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Lord? Therefore I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. He said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. Wilt, with a D, whom thou wilt send. And the Lord was angry with Moses, and said, Do not I know Aaron thy brother, the Levite, that he can speak? For, lo, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. Therefore thou shalt speak unto him, and put these words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye ought to do. He shall be thy spokesman unto the people. He also shall be thy mouth, and thou shalt be his God, and thou shalt take this rod in thy hand, wherewith thou shalt do miracles. Shall be as his God. Therefore Moses went and returned to Jethro his father-in-law again, and said unto him, I will go now, and turn again unto my brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said unto Moses, Go in peace. And the Lord said unto Moses in Midian, Go and return again into Egypt, for they are dead which went about to kill thee. And Moses took his wife and his sons, and put them on an ass, and went again to Egypt. And Moses took the rod of God in his hand. And the Lord said unto Moses, When thou art entered, and come into Egypt again, see that thou do all the wonders before Pharaoh which I have put in thy hand. But I will hold his heart, and he shall not let the people go. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is mine eldest son, and I have said unto thee that thou shouldst let my son go, that he may serve me. And thou wouldst not let him go. Behold, I will slay thine eldest son. Wouldst not. You were not willing. And it chanced by the way in the inn that the Lord met him, and would have... The Lord met him and would have killed him. And Zipporah took a stone, and cut away the foreskin of her son, and fell at his feet, and said, A bloody husband art thou unto me. Then he let him go. And she said, A bloody husband, because of the circumcision. Then said the Lord unto Aaron, Go meet Moses in the wilderness. And he went and met him in the mount of God, and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord which had sent him, and all the tokens which he had charged him withal. So went Moses and Aaron, and gathered all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron told all the words which the Lord had spoken unto Moses, and did the miracles in the sight of the people, and the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel, and had looked upon their tribulation, they bowed their head and worshipped. Having them believe wasn't the problem, after all. There's a different problem that he did not foresee, which was how Pharaoh would respond. 5. Moses and Aaron, Moses and Aaron goeth unto Pharaoh. The people of Israel are oppressed more and more, and they cry out upon Moses and Aaron therefore. Moses and Aaron went in afterward, and told Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Let my people go, that they may keep a holyday unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord, that I should hear his voice, and let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. Let's see here. Neither will I let Israel go. And they said, The God of the Hebrews hath met with us, and therefore will we go 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest there happen unto us either pestilence or sword. Then said the king of Egypt unto them, Wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their work get you unto your labor? And Pharaoh said furthermore, Behold, there is much people now in the land, and ye make them leave their work. Pharaoh commanded the same day unto the taskmasters which were among the people, and unto the officers, saying, Ye shall give the people no more straw to make brick withal, as he did in time past. Let them go and gather them straw themselves, and the number of brick which they were wont to make in time past, lay unto their charge also, and minish nothing thereof. For they be idle, and therefore cry, saying, We will go and do sacrifice unto our God. They must have more work laid upon them, that they may labor therein, and not regard vain words. Then went the taskmasters of the people and the officers out, and told the people, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will give you no more straw. Go yourselves and gather you straw where you can find it. Yet shall none of your labor be minished. So were the people scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt, for to gather stubble instead of straw, in the place of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them forward, saying, Fulfill your work day by day, even as if ye had straw. And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten. And they said unto them, Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today, as well as in times past? The officers also of the children of Israel came and complained unto Pharaoh, saying, Wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants? There is no straw given unto thy servants. And they say unto us, Make brick. And thy servants are beaten, and thy people is foully treated. And he said, Idle are ye, idle, and therefore ye say, We will go and do sacrifice unto the Lord. Go therefore now and work, and there shall no straw be given you, and yet shall ye deliver the whole tale of brick. The entire tale of brick. And the officers of the children of Israel did with heaviness look on them that said, Ye shall minish nothing of your daily making of brick. And they met Moses and Aaron, which stood in their way as they came out from Pharaoh, and said unto them, The Lord look unto you, and judge you, which hath made the savour of us stink in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants, and have put a sword in their hands to slay us. Moses returned unto the Lord and said, Lord, wherefore hast thou dealt cruelly with this people, and wherefore hast thou sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in thy name, he hath fared foul with this folk, and yet hast thou not delivered thy people at all. Yet thou hast not delivered. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see what I will do unto Pharaoh, for in a mighty hand shall he let them go, and in a mighty hand shall he drive them out of his land. 6. God promiseth deliverance of the Israelites and the land of Canaan. The genealogy of Reuben, Simeon, and Levi. And God spake unto Moses, and said unto him, I am the Lord. I appeared unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as an almighty God, and in my name Jehovah was I not known unto them. Moreover, I made an appointment, or covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and have remembered my covenant. Wherefore, say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord. I will bring you out from the burdens of the Egyptians, and will rid you out of their bondage, and will deliver you in a stretched out arm, and in great judgments. And I will take you for my people, and I will be to you a God, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bring you out from the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you unto the land, concerning the which I did lift up my hand to give it unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and will give it unto you for a possession, even I the Lord. And Moses told the children of Israel even so, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Go in and speak unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel hearken not unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, which am of uncircumcised lips? And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel and unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. These be the heads of their fathers' houses. The children of Reuben, the eldest son of Israel, are these: Hano and Palu, Hizron and Carmi. These be the households of Reuben. The children of Simeon, Gemuel and Jamin, Ohad, and Jachin, Zoar, and Saul, the son of a Canaanitish wife. These are the kindreds of Simeon. These also are the names of the children of Levi in their generations: Gershon and Kohath and Merari. Levi lived 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni and Shimei by the kindreds. The children of Kohath, Amram and Izahar, Hebron and Uziel. Izahar has many different spellings. It looks like Jezir. Izahar. And Kohath lived 133 years. The children of Merari, Mali, and Mushi. These are the kindreds of Levi by their generations. Amram took Jochebed his niece to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses, and Miriam. And Amram lived 137 years. The children of Izahar, Korah, Nepheg, and Zikri. The children of Uziel, Mishael, Elzaphan, and Sitri, or Setre. And Aaron took Elisheba, the daughter of Aminadab, the sister of Nahshon, to wife, which bare him Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. The children of Korah, Asir, and Elkanah, and Abiasaph. These are the kindreds of the Korathites. Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Putiel to wife, which bare him Phinehas. And these be the principal fathers of the Levites throughout their kindreds. This is that Aaron and Moses, to whom the Lord said, Carry the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, according to their armies. These are that Moses and Aaron, which spake to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that they might bring the children of Israel out of Egypt. And in the day when the Lord spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, he spake unto him, saying, I am the Lord, speak thou unto Pharaoh the king of Egypt all that I say unto thee. And Moses said before the Lord, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh give me audience? 7. The tokens to know God. The rod of Moses is turned to a serpent. The sorcerers do even the same. The waters are turned into blood. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, I have made thee Pharaoh's God, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I commanded thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my miracles and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may set my hand upon Egypt, and bring out mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt in great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, which when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And bring out the children of Israel from among them. Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them. Even so did they. Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, If Pharaoh speak unto you, saying, Show a wonder, thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, that it may be a serpent. Then Moses and Aaron went Moses and Aaron unto Pharaoh, and did even as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast forth his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it turned to a serpent. Then Pharaoh called for the wise men and enchanters, and those wise men of Egypt did in like manner with their sorcery. For they cast down every man his rod, and they turned to serpents. But Aaron's rod did eat up their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, even as the Lord had said. The Lord also said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he will come unto the water, and thou shalt stand upon the river's brink against he come, or ahead of his coming. And the rod which turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thine hand, and thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldst not hear. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the staff that is in mine hand the water that is in the river, and it shall turn to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and it shall grieve the Egyptians to drink of the water of the river. The Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy staff, and stretch out thine hand over the waters of Egypt, over their streams, over their rivers, and ponds, and all pools of water, which they have, that they may be blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and also of stone. And Moses and Aaron did even as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up his staff, and smote the waters that were in the river in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants. And all the water that was in the river turned into blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the waters of the river. And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the enchanters of Egypt did likewise with their sorceries, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart. Neither did he hearken unto them as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned himself, and went again unto his house, and set not his heart thereunto. And the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And it continued a week after that. The Lord had smitten the river. 8. The plague of frogs. Moses prayeth for Pharaoh, the plague of flies. The Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. If thou wilt not let them go, behold, I will smite all thy border with frogs, and the river shall crawl with frogs, which shall go up and come unto thine house, and into thy privy chamber where thou sleepest, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and upon thy meats. And the frogs shall come upon thee, and on thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, that thou mayest bring up frogs upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the sorcerers did likewise with their sorcery, and brought frogs up upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Pray ye unto the Lord, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Rejoice thou over me, and appoint when I shall pray for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to drive away the frogs from thee in thy houses, and that they may remain but in the river only. He said, Tomorrow. And he said, Even as thou hast said, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. And so the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, from thy servants, and from thy people, and shall remain in the river only. Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord upon the appointment of frogs. I suppose regarding the appointment. Upon the appointment. Cried unto the Lord of the frogs upon the appointment which he had made unto Pharaoh. The appointment of frogs. And the Lord did according to the saying of Moses. And the frogs died out of the houses, out of the courts and fields, and they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank of them. And when Pharaoh saw that he had rest given him, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may turn to lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand, and with his rod he smote the dust of the earth, which turned to lice, and man and beast, such that all the dust of the land turned to lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the enchanters of Asad likewise, they attempted likewise with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. And the lice were both upon men and beasts. Then said the enchanters unto Pharaoh, It is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart remained obstinate, and he hearkened not unto them, even as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, stand before Pharaoh, for he will come forth unto the water. Thou shalt say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send all manner of flies both upon thee and thy servants and thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of flies, and the ground whereon they are. In the land of Goshen, where my people are, will I cause to be wonderful in that day, set apart, such that there shall no flies be there, whereby thou shalt know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thine, and even tomorrow shall this miracle be done. The Lord did even so, and there came noisome flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt, and the land was corrupt with these flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Go and do sacrifice unto your God in the land. And Moses answered, It is not meet that we do so, for then we must offer unto the Lord our God that which is an abomination unto the Egyptians. But and if we sacrifice that which is an abomination unto the Egyptians before their eyes, should they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God as he hath commanded us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that you may sacrifice unto the Lord your God in the wilderness, but go not far away, pray for me. And Moses said, Behold, I will go out from thee and pray unto the Lord, that the flies may depart from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people tomorrow. But let Pharaoh from henceforth deceive no more, that he will not let the people go to sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed unto the Lord, and the Lord did according to the saying of Moses, and the flies departed from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people, and there remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart even then also, and did not let the people go. 9. The murrain of beasts. The plague of botches and sores, the horrible hail, thunder, and lightning. The Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, and thou shalt tell him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. If thou wilt not let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy flock which is in the field. For upon horses, asses, camels, oxen, and sheep there shall be a mighty great murrain. And the Lord shall do wonderfully between the beasts of Israel and the beasts of Egypt, such that there shall nothing die of all that pertaineth to the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a time, saying, Tomorrow the Lord shall finish this word in the land. And the Lord did it on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, that he would not let the people go. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, Take your hands full of ashes out of the furnace, and Moses shall sprinkle it up into the air in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall turn to dust in all the land of Egypt, that there may be swelling sores with blains, both on man and beast, throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes out of the furnace, and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up into the air. And there were sores with blains, both in men and beasts. And the sorcerers could not stand before Moses because of the blains, for there were botches upon the enchanters and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and thou shalt tell him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me, or else I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants and on thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and they shall perish from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I kept thee, for to show thee my power, and that they might declare my name throughout all the world. If thou exaltest thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go, behold, tomorrow this time I will send down a mighty great hail, even such a one as was not in Egypt, since it was grounded or founded unto this time. Send therefore now, and gather thy beasts, and all that thou hast in the field, for upon all the men and beasts which are found in the field and not brought home shall the hail fall, and they shall die. And as many as feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made their servants and their beasts flee into the houses. But he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his beasts in the field. The Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thine hand unto heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beasts and upon all the herbs of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched out his rod unto heaven, and the Lord thundered and hailed, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord so hailed in the land of Egypt, that there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, so grievous, and such as there was none throughout all the land of Egypt, since people inhabited it. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, and all that was in the field, both man and beasts. And the hail smote all the herbs of the field, and broke all the trees of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have now sinned. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are ungodly. Pray ye unto the Lord, for it is much that there should be thunders of God and hail. It is too much. I will let you go, and ye shall tarry no longer. Come here. Moses said unto him, As soon as I am out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how that the earth is the Lord's. But I know that thou and thy servants yet fear not the face of the Lord God. And so the flax and the barley were smitten, for the barley was shot up, and the flax was bold. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were late sown. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord, and the thunder and hail ceased, neither rained it upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and thunder were ceased, he sinned again, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go, as the Lord had said by the hand of Moses. 10. The heart of Pharaoh is hardened by God, the grasshoppers, the thick darkness. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might put these my signs among them, and that thou tell in the audience of thy son and of thy son's sons what things I have done in Egypt, and the miracles which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord. And so Moses and Aaron came unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long shall it be ere thou wilt submit thyself unto me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Or else, if thou do resist, and wilt not let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring grasshoppers into thy coasts, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that it cannot be seen. And they shall eat the residue which remaineth unto you, and is escaped from the hail. And they shall eat every green tree that beareth you fruit in the field, and they shall fill thy houses, and all thy servants' houses, and the houses of all the Egyptians, after such a manner as neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the time they were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned himself about, and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall he be a slanderer unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go and serve the Lord your God. Who are they that shall go? And Moses answered, We will go with our young and with our old, yea, and with our sons and with our daughters, and with our sheep and with our oxen must we go. For we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let it be so. The Lord be with you. When I let you go, and your children also, take heed, for ye have some mischief in hand. Nay, not so, but go they that are men, and serve the Lord, for that was your desire. And they thrust them out of Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for grasshoppers, that they may come upon the land of Egypt, and eat all the herbs of the land, and all that the hail left behind. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And in the morning the east wind brought the grasshoppers, and the grasshoppers went up over the land, all the land of Egypt, and remained in all quarters of Egypt very grievously. Before them were there no such grasshoppers, neither after them shall be. For they covered all the face of the earth, such that the land was dark. And they did eat all the herbs of the land, and all the fruits of the trees, and whatsoever the hail had left, there was no green thing left in the trees and herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt. Therefore Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. And now forgive me my sin only this once, and pray unto the Lord your God that he may take away from me this death only. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed unto the Lord, and the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, and it took away the grasshoppers, and cast them into the Red Sea, such that there was not one grasshopper in all the coast of Egypt. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, such that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand unto heaven, that there may be upon the land of Egypt darkness, which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand unto heaven, and there was a thick darkness upon all the land of Egypt 3 days long. No man saw another, neither rose up from the place where he was by the space of 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light where they dwelled. And Pharaoh called for Moses and said, Go and serve the Lord. Only let your sheep and your oxen abide, and let your children go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also offerings and burnt offerings for to sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle also shall go with us, and there shall not one hoof be left behind, for thereof must we take to serve the Lord our God. Neither do we know what we shall offer unto the Lord until we come thither. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, and take heed to thyself, and see my face no more. For whensoever thou comest in my sight, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Let it be as thou hast said, I will see thy face no more. 11. The Lord commandeth to rob the Egyptians, the death of all the first begotten in Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt, and after that he will let you go hence. And when he letteth you go, he shall utterly drive you hence. Speak thou therefore in the ears of the people, that every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighboress, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord shall give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, At midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. Even the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth on his seat, and unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstgendered of the cattle. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was never none like, nor shall be. But among all the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, nor yet man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord, by a great miracle, putteth a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And these thy servants shall all come down unto me, and fall before me, and say, Get thee out, and all the people that are under thee, and then will I depart. And he went out from Pharaoh with an angry countenance. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hear you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders and tokens which are written before Pharaoh. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, such that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. 12. The Passover is eaten, the sweet bread. They must teach their children what the Passover signifieth, the destruction of the first begotten in Egypt, the robbery of the Egyptians, the going out of the Israelites. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. In the first month of the year shall it be unto you. Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month every man take unto him a lamb according to the house of the fathers, a lamb throughout every house. If the household be too little for the lamb, let him take his neighbor which is next unto his house, according to the number of the souls. Every one of you, according to his eating, shall make your count for a lamb. And let that lamb of yours be without blemish, a male of a year old, which ye shall take out from among the sheep or from among the goats. And ye shall keep him in until the 14th day of the same month. And every man of the multitude of Israel shall kill him about evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost, even in the houses where they shall eat them. And they shall eat the flesh the same night, roast with fire and with unleavened bread, and with sour herbs they shall eat it. See that ye eat not thereof raw, neither sodden in water, but roast with fire, the head, feet, and purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain unto the morning. That which remaineth of it until the morrow shall ye burn with fire. Of this manner shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staves in your hands. And ye shall eat it in haste, for it is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this same night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both of man and beast, and upon all the gods of Egypt will I the Lord do execution. And the blood shall be unto you a token in the houses wherein ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you a remembrance, and you shall keep it holy unto the Lord, even throughout your generations shall ye keep it holy day, that it be a custom forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread, and the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be plucked out from Israel. The first day shall be in holy convocation, and the 7th day shall be in holy convocation unto you. There shall be no manner of work done in them, save about that only which every man must eat. That only may ye do. And ye shall observe unleavened bread. For this same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore ye shall observe this day and all your children after you by a custom forever. The first month and the 14th day of the month at even ye shall eat sweet bread unto the 21st day of the month at even again. 7 days shall there be no leavened bread found in your houses, and whosoever eateth leavened bread, that soul shall be rooted out from the multitude of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, but in all your habitations shall ye eat sweet bread. Moses called for the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Choose out and take you to every household of you a sheep, and kill it for Passover. And take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the upper post and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will go about to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the upper doorpost and on the two side posts, he will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your house to plague you. Therefore shall you observe this thing, that it be an ordinance both to thee and to thy sons forever. And when you be come into the land which the Lord will give you according as he hath promised, you shall keep this service. And when your children ask you, What manner of service is this ye do? You shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, which passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, as he smote the Egyptians and saved our houses. And the people bowed themselves and worshipped. And the children of Israel went and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, even so did they. And at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his seat unto the firstborn of the captive that was in prison, and all the firstgendered of cattle. And Pharaoh arose in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great crying in Egypt, for there was no house where there was not one dead. And he called unto Moses and Aaron by night, saying, Rise up and get you out from among my people, both ye and also the children of Israel, and go and serve the Lord as ye have said. And take your sheep and your droves with you as ye have said, and depart and bless me. And the Egyptians were fierce upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We die all. The people took their dough before it was soured, and their victuals bound in cloths upon their shoulders, And the children of Israel did according to the saying of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, such that they granted such things as they required, for they robbed the Egyptians. And the children of Israel took their journey from Ramses to Succoth, 600,000 men of foot, beside children, and much common people went also with them, and sheep and oxen, and exceeding great flock. And they baked sweet cakes of the dough which they brought out of Egypt, for it was not soured. For when they were thrust out by the Egyptians, they could not tarry to prepare themselves any provision of meat. The dwelling of the children of Israel which they dwelt in Egypt was 430 years, and when the 430 years were expired, even the selfsame day departed all the hosts of the Lord out of the land of Egypt. It is a night to be observed to the Lord in the land, in the which he brought them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord, which all the children of Israel must keep throughout their generations. The Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the law of Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every servant that is bought for money, after that thou hast circumcised him, shall eat thereof. A stranger and hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt carry none of the flesh out at the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the multitude shall observe it. If a stranger also dwell among you, and will hold Passover unto the Lord, let him circumcise all that be males, and then let him come and observe it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One manner of law shall be unto him that is born in the land, and unto the stranger that dwelleth among you. And all the children of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, even so did they. In the selfsame day did the Lord bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt with their armies. 13. The first begotten must be sanctified unto the Lord, the memorial of their deliverance, why they were carried through the wilderness. The bones of Joseph, the pillar of the cloud. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn that open all manner matrices among the children of Israel, as well of man as of beast, for it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Think on this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for through a mighty hand the Lord brought you out from thence. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day come ye out in the month when corn beginneth to ripe. When the Lord hath brought thee into the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Hivites, and Jebusites, which he sware unto thy fathers that he would give thee, a land wherein milk and honey floweth, thou shalt keep this service in this same month. 7 days thou shalt eat sweet bread, and in the seventh day it is the feast of the Lord. Sweet bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen, nor yet leaven with thee in all thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came out of Egypt. And it shall be a sign upon thee, upon thine hand, and for a remembrance between thine eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth. For in a strong hand the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Keep therefore this ordinance in his season from year to year. And it will come to pass that the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, which he sware unto thee and to thy fathers, and shall give it thee. And then thou shalt appoint unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, and everything cast that first doth open the matrix of a beast which thou hast. If they be males, they shall be the Lord's. And every first gendered of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. If thou redeem him not, thou shalt break his neck. And the firstborn among the children also shalt thou buy out. And then, when the son asketh thee tomorrow, saying, What is this? Thou shalt say unto him, With a mighty hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And when Pharaoh was loath to let us go, the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, as well the firstborn of man as of beast. Therefore I sacrifice unto the Lord all the males that open the matrix, and all the firstborn of my children I redeem. All the firstborn of my children I redeem. This shall be a token upon thine hand, and a remembrance between thine eyes, that the Lord brought us out of Egypt through a mighty hand. And it came to pass that when Pharaoh had let the people go, God carried them not through the way and land of the Philistines, which was the more near way. But God said, Lest the people haply repent or turn back when they see war, and so turn again to Egypt. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt, and Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he made the children of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall take my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and abode in Etam in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, that they might go both by day and night. The pillar of the cloud departed not by day, nor the pillar of fire by night, out of the sight of the people. 14. Pharaoh's heart is hardened, and followeth the Israelites with all his host, and captains, and is drowned. The Israelites grudge. They go through the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel that they turn and remain before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-zephon, and before that shall they pitch by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, They are tangled in the land, the wilderness hath shut them in, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after you. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host. And the Egyptians also shall know that I am the Lord. And they did even so. They did even that. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants turned against the people, and they said, Why have we this done, that we have let Israel go out of our service? And he made ready his chariots, and took his people with him, and took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains upon every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he followed after the children of Israel. But the children of Israel went out with an high hand, and the Egyptians followed after them, and all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his host overtook them, abiding by the sea, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians followed after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord, and they said unto Moses, Because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou therefore brought us away for to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou served us thus, for to carry us out of Egypt? Did not we tell thee this in Egypt, saying, Let us be in rest, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than for to die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and behold how the Lord shall save you this day. For ye that have seen the Egyptians this day shall see them no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. The Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it asunder, and let the children of Israel go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians, that they may follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, and upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of God, which went before the host of Israel, removed and began to go behind them. And the clouden pillar that was before the face of them began to stand behind them, and came between the host of the Egyptians and the host of Israel. It was also a dark cloud, and gave light by night. And all the night long the one came not at the other. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the Lord carried away the sea by a very strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them, on the right hand and on the left hand. And the Egyptians followed and went in after them in the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians out of the fiery and cloudy pillar, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off his chariot wheels, and carried them away violently, such that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and it came again to his course early in the morning. And the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, and the water returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them, such that there remained not one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land through the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand of them and on the left. Thus the Lord delivered Israel the selfsame day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seaside. And Israel saw that mighty power which the Lord showed upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord, and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. 15. Moses and the people with the women sing. At the prayer of Moses, the bitter waters were sweet. Is what they... Okay, at the prayer of Moses, the bitter waters were sweet. God must be heard. They come to Elim. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang this song unto the Lord, and said, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and him that rode upon him hath he overthrown in the sea. The Lord is my strength and praise, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will glorify him, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters have covered them. They sunk to the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, Lord, hath all to dashed the enemy. Hath all to dashed. And in thy great glory thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them even as stubble. Through the wind of thy nostrils the water gathered together, the floods stood still as an heap, and the deep water congealed together in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will follow on them, I will overtake them. I will divide the spoil, I will satisfy my lust upon them. I will draw my sword, mine hand shall destroy them. Thou blewest with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among gods? Who is like thee, so glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, showing wonders? Thou stretchedst out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast cast this people which thou deliveredst, hast carried this people which thou deliveredst, and hast brought them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The nations heard and were afraid. Sorrow came upon the Philistines. Then the dukes of the Edomites were amazed, and the mightiest of the Moabites, trembling, came upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan waxed faint-hearted. Let fear and dread fall upon them in the greatness of thine arm. Let them be as still as a stone till thy people pass through. O Lord, while this people pass through, which thou hast gotten, thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, the place, Lord, which thou hast made for to dwell in, the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have prepared. The Lord shall reign ever and alway. For Pharaoh's horse went in with his chariots and horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam, a prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women came out after her with timbrels and dances. And Miriam sang before them, Sing ye unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he overthrown in the sea. And so Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days long in the wilderness, and found no waters. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of the place was called Marah, that is to say, bitterness. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made them an ordinance and a law, and there he proved to them, and said, If thou wilt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear unto his commandments, and keep all his ordinances, then will I put none of these diseases upon thee, which I brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. 16. The Israelites come into the desert of Zin. It raineth quails and manna. They grudge. The children of Israel came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees, and they abode there by the waters. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the whole company of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Zin, which is between Elim and Sinai, the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole multitude of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread our bellies full. For ye have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole multitude with hunger. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven to you, and the people shall go out and gather day by day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law or no. The 6th day they shall prepare for themselves that which they will bring in, and let it be twice as much as they gather in daily. 6 days they shall prepare. And the sixth day let it be twice as much as they gather in daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even ye shall know that it is the Lord which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and in the morning ye shall see the glory of the Lord, because he hath heard your grudgings against the Lord. And what are we that ye have murmured against us? And Moses said, At even shall the Lord give you flesh to eat, and in the morning bread enough, for the Lord hath heard your murmurings, which ye murmur against him. For what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. And Moses spake unto Aaron, Say unto the company of the children of Israel, Come forth before the Lord, for he hath heard your grudgings. And as Aaron spake unto the whole multitude of the children of Israel, they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel. Tell them therefore, and say, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. And at even the quails came and covered the ground where they lay, and in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew was fallen, behold, it lay upon the ground in the wilderness, small and round and thin, as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said every one to his neighbor, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the word which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man for himself to eat, a gomer full for a man according to the number of you, and take every man for them which are in his tent. The children of Israel did even so, and gathered some more, some less, and when they did meet it with a gomer, unto him that had gathered much remained nothing over, and unto him that had gathered little was there no lack. Every man gathered sufficient for his eating. And Moses said unto them, See that no man let aught remain of it till the morning. Notwithstanding they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it waxed full of worms, and stank. And Moses was angry with them. And they gathered it all the mornings, every man for his eating. And as soon as the heat of the sun came, it melted. And the sixth day they gathered twice so much bread, 2 gomers for one man. And all the rulers of the multitude came and told Moses. He said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth lay up till the morning. And they laid it up till the morning as Moses bade, and it stank not, neither bred there any worms therein. And Moses said, That eat this day, for it is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, and in the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, there shall be none. Notwithstanding, there went out some of the people in the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, the Lord hath given you a Sabbath, therefore he giveth you the 6th day bread for 2 days. Bide therefore every man at home, and let no man go out of his place the 7th day. And the people rested the 7th day. And the house of Israel called it manna, and it was like unto coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like unto wafers made with honey. And Moses said, This is that which the Lord commandeth. Fill a gomer of it, which may be kept for your children after you, that you may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt. And Moses spake unto Aaron, Take a cruse, and put a gomer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your children after you, as the Lord commanded Moses. So Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came unto a land inhabited. Until they came unto a land inhabited. And so they did eat manna, even until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. A gomer is the 10th part of an ephah. 17. The Israelites come into Rephidim. They grudge. Water is given them out of the rock. Moses holdeth up his hands, and they overcome the Amalekites. And all the company of the children of Israel throughout their armies went from the wilderness of Zin after the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink. And the people chode with Moses, and said, Give us water to drink. Moses said unto them, Why chide you with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? There the people thirsted for water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, Wherefore hast thou brought us out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go. Behold, I stand before thee beside a rock that is in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out thereof, that the people may drink. Thou shalt smite the rock. And Moses did even so before the eyes of the elders of Israel, and he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not? Then came up Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim, and Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out men, and go fight with Amalek. And tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill, and the rod of God shall be in my hand. Joshua did as Moses bade him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it happened that when Moses held up his hand, Israel had the better. And when he laid his hand down, or let his hand down, Amalek had the better. And Moses' hands were heavy, and therefore they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat down thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, and the other on the other side. And his hands remained steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write this for a remembrance in a book, and commit it unto the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses made an altar, and called the name of it, The Lord is he that worketh miracles for me. For he said, The hand is on the seat of God. That is to say, the hand is placed on the throne of God. He swears by the throne. The Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. 18. Jethro's counsel is received of Moses. Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Therefore he took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the one was called Gershom. For he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. The name of the other was Eleazar, for the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his 2 sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he abode by the mount of God. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come to thee, and thy wife also, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him, and each asked other of his health. And they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had happened them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced over all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, and because he had delivered them out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord which hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, which hath also delivered his people from the captivity of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing whereby they dealt cruelly with them, are they themselves perished. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, offered burnt offerings and sacrifices unto God, and Aaron and all the elders of Israel came to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And it chanced on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood about Moses from morning unto even. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did unto the people, he said, What is this that thou doest unto the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand about thee from morning unto even? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to seek counsel of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between every man and his neighbor, and show them the ordinances of God and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, It is not well that thou doest. Thou both weariest thyself and this people that is with thee. For this thing is of more weight than thou art able to perform thyself alone. Hear now therefore my voice, and I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou unto the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt seek out among all the people men of activity, and such as fear God, true men, hating covetousness, and make them heads over the people, captains over thousands, over hundreds, over 50, and over 10. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And every great matter that happeneth, let them bring unto thee, but let them judge all small causes themselves, and so shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and God charge thee withal, thou shalt be able to endure, and yet the people shall come to their place in peace. And so Moses obeyed the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said, and chose active men out of all Israel, and made them as heads over the people, namely, captains over thousands, over hundreds, over 50, and over 10. And they judged the people at all seasons, but brought the hard causes unto Moses, and judged all small matters themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went into his own land. Okay, come here. I know. 19. The children of Israel come to the Mount Sinai. The people of God are holy, and a royal priesthood. He that toucheth the hill dieth. God appeareth unto Moses upon the mount in thunder and lightning. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched their tents in the wilderness. And there Israel abode before the mount. But Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called to him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and took you up upon eagles' wings, and have brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if you will hear my voice indeed, and keep mine appointment, you shall be mine own above all nations, for all the earth is mine. You shall be unto me also a kingdom of priests, and an holy people. And these are the words which thou shalt say unto the children of Israel. Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And the people answered all together, and said, All that the Lord hath said, we will do. And Moses brought the words of the people unto the Lord, and the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear me talking with thee, and believe thee forever. Moses showed the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the 3rd day. For the 3rd day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai, and thou shalt set marks round about the people, and say, Beware that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely die. There shall not an hand touch it, else he shall be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trump bloweth long, then may they come up into the mountain. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified them, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the 3rd day, and come not at your wives. And the 3rd day in the morning there was thunder and lightning, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trump exceeding loud, such that all the people that was in the host was afraid. And Moses brought the people out of the tents to meet with God, and they stood under the hill. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended down upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended up as the smoke of a kiln, or a brick, brick kiln. And all the mount was exceeding fearful. And when the voice of the trump blew, and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, even in the top of the hill. And when the Lord called Moses up into the top of the hill, Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people that they press not up to see the Lord, and so many of them perish. And let the priests also, which come to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord destroy them. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up into the Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, Set marks about the hill, and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, Away, and get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people presume for to come up unto the Lord, lest he destroy them. And so Moses went down unto the people and told them. And here we are, chapter 20. The 10 Commandments are given, the altar of earth. And God spake all these words, and said, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none other gods in my sight. Thou shalt make thee no graven image, neither any similitude that is in heaven above, neither in the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not worship them, neither serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, and visit the sin of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and show mercy unto thousands in them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, that thou sanctify it. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all that thou hast to do, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it Thou shalt do no manner of work, thou and thy son and thy daughter, thy manservant and thy maidservant, thy cattle, and the stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not break wedlock, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's wife, or his manservant, or his maid, or his ox, or his ass, or whatsoever thy neighbor hath. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, and the noise of the trump, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off, and said unto Moses, Talk thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God talk with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be in your face, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses went into the thick cloud where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from out of heaven. Ye shall not make therefore with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and thereon offer thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I shall put the remembrance of my name, thither I will come unto thee and bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, see thou make it not of hewn stone. Else if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy filthiness be not showed thereon. 21. Temporal and civil ordinances. These are the laws which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a servant that is an Hebrew, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free, paying nothing. If he came alone, he shall go out alone, and if he came married, his wife shall go out with him. And if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, then the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out alone. And if the servant say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, his master shall bring him unto the judges, and set him to the door or doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall be his servant forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a servant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. If she also please not her master, and he giveth her to no man to wife, then shall he let her go free. To sell her unto a strange nation shall he have no power, seeing he despised her. If he have promised her unto his son to wife, he shall deal with her as men do with their daughters. And if he take him another wife, yet her food, her raiment, and duty of marriage shall he not minish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall she go out free, and pay no money. He that smiteth a man that he die shall be slain for it. If a man lay not a wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. If a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he die. He that smiteth his father or his mother, let him be slain for it. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, if it be proved upon him, shall be slain for it. He that curseth his father or mother shall be put to death for it. If men strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but lieth in bed, if he rise again and walk without or outside upon his staff, then shall he that smote him go quit, save only he shall bear his charges for leasing his time, or losing his time, and shall pay for his healing. And if a man smite a servant or his maid with a rod, and they die under his hand, it shall be avenged indeed. And if they continue a day or 2, it shall not be avenged, for they are his money. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, such that her fruit depart from her, and yet no misfortune followeth, then shall he be amerced, according as the woman's husband will lay to his charge, and he shall pay as the daysmen appoint him. And if any misfortune follow, then shall he pay life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. And if a man smite a servant or his maid in the eye, that it perish, he shall let them go free for the eye's sake. Also, if he smite out his servant's or his maid's tooth, he shall let them go out free for the tooth's sake. If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall go quit, if the ox were wont to push in time past. and it hath been told his master, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, then the ox shall be stoned, and his owner shall die also. If there be set to him a sum of money, then he shall give for the deliverance of his life whatsoever is put unto him. And whether he hath gored a son or hurt a daughter, he shall be served after the same manner. But if it be a servant or a maid that the ox hath gored, then he shall give unto their master 30 shekels, and the ox shall be stoned. If a man open a well or dig a pit and cover it not, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money unto their master, and the dead beast shall be his. If one man's ox hurt another that he die, then shall they sell the live ox and divide the money, and the dead ox also shall they divide. Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in times past, and his master hath not kept him, he shall pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. 22. Such like laws as are in the chapter above. Okay. If a man steal an ox or sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking in, and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. But if the sun be up when he is found, then there shall be blood shed for him. A thief shall make restitution. If he have not wherewith, he shall be sold for his theft. He shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be found in his hand alive, whether it be ox, ass, or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man do hurt field or vineyard, and put in his beast to feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. If fire break out and catch in the thorns, and the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or field be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall make restitution. If a man deliver his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of his house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. And if the thief be not found, then the goodman of the house shall be brought unto the judges, and shall swear whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. And in all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, ass, sheep, or raiment, or any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges. And whom the judges condemn, let him pay double unto his neighbor. If a man deliver unto his neighbor to keep, ass, ox, sheep, or whatsoever beast it be, and it die, or be hurt, or taken away, and no man see it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. And the owner of it shall take the oath, and the other shall not make it good. And if it be stolen from him, then he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn with wild beasts, then let him bring record of the tearing, and he shall not make it good. If a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt, or else die, and the owner thereof be not by, he shall make it good. But if the owner thereof be nearby, he shall not make it good, namely, if it be an hired thing, and came for his hire. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall indote her, and take her to his wife. And if her father refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall be slain for it. He that offereth unto any gods, save unto the Lord only, let him be utterly rooted out. Vex not a stranger, neither oppress him, for you are strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall trouble no widow, nor fatherless child. If ye shall trouble them, and they cry unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and then will my wrath wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be as a tyrant unto him, neither shalt thou oppress him with usury. If thou take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him again by that the sun go down, for that is his covering only, even the raiment for his skin wherein he sleepeth. And when he crieth unto me, I will hear him, for I am merciful. Thou shalt not rail upon the gods, neither blaspheme the ruler of thy people. Thy fruits, whether they be dry or moist, see thou keep not back. Thy firstborn son thou shalt give me, likewise also shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with the dam, and the 8th day thou shalt give it me. Ye shall be holy people unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field, but shall cast it to dogs. 23. Here I set no sum or summary, because I would all men should read the chapter throughout, and the two that are next before also. I never saw that before. In other words, I will not attempt to summarize this chapter. Thou shalt not accept a vain tale, neither shalt thou put thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness, or pledge thy hand. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither answer in a matter of plea that thou wouldst to follow many, turn aside from the truth, neither shalt thou paint a poor man's cause. That is, favor, or, construe his cause to be more than it is, perhaps. Paint a poor man's cause. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or ass going astray, thou shalt bring them to him again. If thou see thine enemy's ass sink under his burden, thou shalt not pass by him and let him alone, but shalt help him to lift him up again. Thou shalt not hinder the right of thy poor in their suit. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous see thou slay not, for I will not justify the wicked. Thou shalt take no gifts, for gifts blind the seeing and pervert the words of the righteous. Thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing you were strangers in the land of Egypt. 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and gather in the fruits thereof. In the 7th year thou shalt let it rest, and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat. And what they leave, the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt do also with thy vineyard and thine olive trees. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and in the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy maid and the stranger may be refreshed. In all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no rehearsal of the names of strange gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. 3 feasts thou shalt hold unto me in a year. Thou shalt keep the feast of sweet bread, that thou eat unleavened bread 7 days long, as I commanded thee, in the time of the month when corn beginneth to ripe, for in that month ye came out of Egypt. And see that no man appear before me empty. In the feast of harvest, when thou reapest the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in a year shall all thy men children appear before the Lord God. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice upon leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my feast remain until the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt also not see the kid in his mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and hear his voice, and resist him not. For he will not spare your misdeeds, and my name is in him. But if thou shalt hearken unto his voice, and do all that I speak, I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee in unto the Amorites, the Hittites, and Perizzites, and Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites, and I shall destroy them. Thou shalt not worship their gods, neither serve them, neither do after the works of them, but overthrow them, and break down the images of them. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take all sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall be no woman childless or unfruitful in thy land. The number of thy days will I fulfill. I will send my fear before thee, and will trouble all the people whither thou shalt go. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee, and I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites before thee. Nevertheless, I will not cast them out in 1 year, lest the land grow to a wilderness, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will make thy coasts from the Red Sea unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into thine hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make none appointment with them, nor with their gods, neither let them dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will be thy decay. 24. Moses ascendeth up to the mount, and writeth the words of the Lord, the blood of the covenant. The elders of Israel judged the people. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel, and ye shall worship afar off. And Moses himself alone shall go unto the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the laws. And all the people answered with one voice and said, All the words which the Lord hath said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early, and set up an altar under the hill, and 12 stones, according to the 12 tribes of Israel, and sent young men of the children of Israel, which brought burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood, and put it in basins, and the other half he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the appointment, covenant, and read it in the audience of the people, and they said, All that the Lord hath said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold, this is the blood of the appointment which the Lord hath made with you upon all these words. Then went Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel up, and saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as it were a work of a sapphire stone, and as it were the heaven when it is clear. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he set not his hand. And they saw God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the hill, and be there. And I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments, which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the hill of God, and said unto the elders, Tarry ye here until we come again unto you. Behold, here is Aaron and Hur with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come to them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the hill, and the glory of the Lord abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the cloud. And the fashion of the glory of the Lord was like consuming fire on the top of the hill in the sight of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the cloud, and got him up into the mountain. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. 25. The Lord showeth Moses the fashion of the holy place, and the things pertaining thereto. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an heave offering. Of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart, ye shall take it. This is the heave offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, and goat's hair, ram's skins that are red, and the skins of taxus or badger's skin, and shittim wood, oil for light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breast lap. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, and according to all that I show thee, both after the fashion of the habitation, and after the fashion of all the ornaments thereof, even so shall ye make it. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half long, and 1 cubit and a half broad, and 1 cubit and a half high, and thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without. Shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make on high upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof. 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 in the other. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold, and put the bars and the rings along by the sides of the ark, to bear it withal. And the bars shall be in the rings of the ark, and shall not be taken away from it. And thou shalt put in the ark the witness which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half long, and 1 cubit and a half broad. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, even of a whole work shalt thou make them, in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. And the 1 cherub shalt thou make on the one end, and the other on the other end. Even on the same mercy seat shall you make cherubims in the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims shall stretch their wings abroad over on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another, even to the mercy seat ward shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the witness which I will give thee. And from thence I will testify unto thee, and will commune with thee from upon the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims which are upon the ark of witness, of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood of 2 cubits long, and 1 cubit broad, and 1 cubit and a half high. And thou shalt cover it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about, and make unto that an hoop of 4 fingers broad round about, and make a golden crown also to the hoop round about, and make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the corners that are on the 4 feet thereof, even over against the hoop. This is a base hoop, the fillet. Over against the hoop shall the rings be, to put in bars. No, this is even the crown. To put in bars to bear the table withal. And thou shalt make the bars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make his dishes and spoons, flat pieces, and pots to pour out withal. Even of fine gold shalt thou make them, and thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, even of a whole work shall the candlestick be made, with its shaft, branches, bowls, knops, and flowers, proceeding thereout. 6 branches also shall proceed out of the sides of it, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 4 out of the other. 3 cups like unto almonds, with knobs and flowers in one branch, and 3 cups like almonds in the other branch, with knobs and flowers, and even so throughout the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick's self 4 cups like unto almonds, with their knobs and flowers, and there shall be a knob under every 2 branches in the 3 rows, or in 3 rooms, that is, spaces or places, in the 3 rooms of the 6 that proceed out of the candlestick. And the knobs and the branches shall be of it, out of the same piece. And it shall be one work, even of pure gold. And thou shalt make the 7 lamps of it, and the 7 lamps thereof shalt thou put on high thereon, to give light unto the other side that is over against it. The tongs and snuffers thereof shall be of pure gold, of 100 pound weight. Of fine gold shalt thou make it, with all the apparel. Look therefore that thou make them after the fashion that was showed thee in the mount. 100 pound weight, a talent of fine gold. 26. This chapter also describeth the things pertaining to the holy place. The tabernacle shalt thou make with 10 curtains of white twined silk, yellow silk, purple and scarlet, and in them thou shalt make pictures of broidered work. I'm pronouncing this yellow as yallow because in the King James it's blue. The word yellow only appears once in the King James Version, and that's with the description of the leprosy. But the word blue doesn't occur in this book. So, this might mean blue, yellow. The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. And every one of the curtains shall have one measure. 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another. And thou shalt make loops of yellow silk along by the edge of the one curtain, which is in the selvage of the coupling curtain, and likewise shalt thou make in the edge of the utmost curtain that is to be coupled therewith on the other side. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is to be coupled therewith on the other side, that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 buttons of gold, and couple the curtains together with the buttons, or taches. And it shall be one habitation. And thou shalt make 11 curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. The length of a curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth 4, and they shall be all 11 of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and the 6 by themselves, and shalt double the 6th in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops in the edge of the utmost curtain on the one side, even in the edge of the coupling curtain, and 50 loops in the edge of the other curtain. That must be joined onto it. And thou shalt make 50 buttons of brass, and put them on the loops. Cover the covering together, that it may be one. Couple the covering. And the remnant that resteth, or remains over, in the curtains of the covering, even the half curtain that resteth, shall be left on the back sides of the habitation, that a cubit on the one side and a cubit on the other side may remain in the length of the curtains of the covering, and that it may remain of either side of the habitation to cover it withal. And upon the tabernacle thou shalt make a covering of ram skins dyed red, and yet a covering above all of taxus, badger skins. And thou shalt make boards for the habitation of shittim wood, to stand upright. 10 cubits long shall every board be, and a cubit and a half broad. 2 feet shall there be in one board, and they shall be separate one from another. And thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 20 boards for the habitation on the south side, and thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 feet, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 feet. In like manner, in the north side of the habitation there shall be 20 boards and 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And in the west end of the habitation shalt thou make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make in the corners of the habitation in the meeting together of the 2 sides. And they shall be coupled together beneath and likewise above to a ring. And thus shall it be for the 2 boards that are in the corners. And they shall be 8 boards, having sockets of silver, even 16 sockets, that there may be 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in one side, and 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in the other side, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle in the west side. And the middle bar shall go along through the midst of the boards, from the one end unto the other. And thou shalt cover the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold, to put the bars through, and thou shalt cover the bars with gold also. And thou shalt rear up the habitation according to the fashion thereof, as it was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a veil of yellow silk, or blue silk, of purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. Of broidered work with pictures shalt thou make it, and hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood covered with gold, whose heads shall be of gold, standing upon 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the veil with rings, that thou mayest bring in within the veil the ark of witness. And the veil shall unto you divide the holy from the most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of witness in the holiest place. And thou shalt put the ring outside the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the south side of the habitation. And put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tabernacle of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold. And the knobs shall be of gold, and thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. 27. The form of the altar of the burnt offering, with his horns, rings, staves, gridirons, and other ornaments. And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad, for it shall be 4 square and 3 cubits high. And thou shalt make it horns in the 4 corners of it. The horns shall be of itself. And thou shalt cover it with brass, and make his ash pans, shovels, basins, flesh hooks, fire pans, and all the apparel thereof for the same of brass. And thou shalt make unto it a gridiron also, like a net of brass. And upon that net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof, and thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be in the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make 2 bars for the altar of shittim wood, and cover them with brass, and let them be put in rings along by the sides of the altar to bear it withal. And make the altar hollow with boards, even as it were showed thee in the mount, so shall thou make it. And thou shalt make the court of the habitation, that there may be in the south side hangings of white twined silk, of 100 cubits long for one side, and 20 pillars thereof, with their 20 sockets of brass, but the knobs of the pillars and their hoops shall be silver. Is this the chapiter, the knob? The hoop is the fillet, which is the base finishing. In like wise, on the north side, there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and 20 pillars with their 20 sockets of brass, and the knobs and the hoops of silver. And the breadth of the court, which is eastward, shall have 50 cubits, hangings of 15 cubits in the one side, and there are 3 pillars with their 3 sockets, and likewise on the other side shall be hangings of 15 cubits with their 3 pillars and 3 sockets. And in the gate of the court shall be a veil of 20 cubits of yellow silk, purple and scarlet, and white twined silk, wrought with needlework, and 4 pillars with their 4 sockets. All the pillars round about the court shall be hooped with silver, and their knobs shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50, and the height 5. And the hangings shall be of white twined silk, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the habitation in all manner service, and the pins thereof, yea, and all the pins also of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they give thee pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to pour alway into the lamps. In the tabernacle of witness, without or outside the veil which is before the witness, shall Aaron and his sons dress it both evening and morning before the Lord, and it shall be a statute forever unto their generations of the children of Israel. 28. Aaron's apparel and his sons' apparel. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that they may minister unto me, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy raiment for Aaron thy brother, that they may be unto glory and beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, and whomsoever I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's raiment to consecrate him with, that he may minister unto me. These are the garments which they shall make: a breastlap, ephod, a tunicle, a straight coat, a mitre, and a girdle. These holy garments shall they make for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that they may minister unto me. And let them take gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. They shall make the ephod of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk with broidered work. The two sides shall come together and be closed up in the two edges thereof. And the girdle of the ephod shall be of the same workmanship and of the same stuff, even of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones and grave in them the names of the children of Israel. 6 names of them in the one stone, and the other 6 in the other stone, according to the order of their birth. After the work of a stone graver, and of him that graveth signets, shalt thou grave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel, and shalt make them to be set in gold. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the 2 shoulders of the ephod, that they may be stones of remembrance unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a remembrance. And thou shalt make hooks of gold, and 2 chains of fine gold, link work, and wreathed, and fasten the wreathed chains to the hooks. And thou shalt make the breastlap of judgment with broidered work, even after the work of the ephod shalt thou make it, namely of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk shalt thou make it. 4 square it shall be, and double, and handbreadth long, and an handbreadth broad. And thou shalt fill it with 4 rows of stones. In the first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, a smaragdus, or emerald. In the second row a ruby, sapphire, and diamond. In the third, ligure, an agate, and amethyst. In the fourth, a turquoise, onyx, and jasper. And they shall be set in gold in their enclosures. And the stones shall be graven as signets be graven with the names of the children of Israel, even with 12 names, every one with his name according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastlap 2 fastening chains of pure gold and wreathen work, and thou shalt make likewise upon the breastlap 2 rings of gold, and put them on the edges of the breastlap, and put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are in the edges of the breastlap. And the other 2 ends of the 2 chains thou shalt fasten in 2 close hooks. And put them upon the shoulders of the ephod on the foreside of it. And thou shalt yet make 2 rings of gold, which thou mayest put in the 2 edges of the breastlap, even in the borders thereof, toward the inside of the ephod over against it. And yet 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and put them on the 2 sides of the ephod beneath over against the breastlap, alow or below, where the sides are joined together upon the broidered girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastlap by his rings unto the rings of the ephod with a lace of yellow silk, that it may lie close above the broidered girdle of the ephod, and that the breastlap be not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastlap of judgment upon his heart when he goeth into the holy place for a remembrance before the Lord always. And thou shalt put in the breastlap of judgment Urim and Thummim, and they shall be even upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord alway. And thou shalt make the tunicle unto the ephod altogether of yellow silk, and there shall be an hole for the head in the midst of it, having a bond or tie of woven work round about the collar of it, as it were the collar of a parlet. A parlet. That it rend not, or tear not. And beneath upon the hem thou shalt make pomegranates of yellow silk, and of purple and scarlet round about the hem, and bells of gold between them round about. And let there be ever a golden bell and a pomegranate round about upon the hem of the tunicle. And Aaron shall have it upon him when he ministereth, and the sound shall be heard when he goeth into the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, and he shall not die. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave thereon, as signets are graven, the holiness of the Lord, and put it on a yellow silk lace to be upon the mitre, even upon the forefront of it, and it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the sin of the holy things which the children of Israel hallow in all their holy gifts. And again, I'm pronouncing this yellow because in the King James, it's blue. And yellow only appears once in the King James. And in here, blue doesn't appear at all throughout the whole entire book. So there's not really any confusion. It's one or the other. Maybe it's neither. Or something in between. And it shall be always upon his forehead for the reconciling of them before the Lord. And thou shalt make a linen coat, and thou shalt make a mitre of linen, and a girdle of needlework. And thou shalt make for Aaron's sons also coats, girdles, and bonnets, glorious and beautiful, and thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and on his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and fill their hands, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their privities, from the loins unto the thighs shall they reach, and they shall be upon Aaron and his sons when they come into the tabernacle of witness, or when they come unto the altar to minister in holiness, that they bear no sin, and so die. And it shall be a law forever unto Aaron and his seed after him. Let's see. Let me see. I wanted to make a note. What was it? Okay, 29. The consecration of Aaron and his sons. This thing also shalt thou do unto them, when thou hallowest them to be my priests. Thou shalt take a calf, even a young ox, and 2 rams that are without blemish, and unleavened bread, cakes of sweetbread tempered with oil, and wafers of sweetbread anointed with oil. Of wheat and flour shalt thou make them, and put them in a mand, or a hand basket, and bring them in the mand with the calf and the 2 rams. And bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of witness, and wash them with water, and take the garments, and put upon Aaron the straight coat, the tunicle of the ephod, and the ephod and the breastlap, and gird them to him with the broidered girdle which is in the ephod. And put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And bring his sons, and put albs, or white coats, upon them, white robes, and gird them with girdles, as well Aaron as his sons, and put the mitres on them, and the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual law. And thou shalt fill the hands of Aaron and of his sons, and bring the calf before the tabernacle of witness. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the calf, and thou shalt kill him before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of witness. Take of the blood of the calf, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar, and take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is on the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the calf and his skin and his dung shalt thou burn with fire outside the host. It is a sin offering. Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and when thou hast slain the ram, thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about upon the altar, and cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him and his legs, and put them unto the pieces and unto his head, and then burn the whole ram upon the altar for a burnt offering unto the Lord, for a sweet savour, and a sacrifice unto the Lord. And take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon his head. Then shalt thou kill him, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron and of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hands, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron and his vestments, and upon his sons, and upon their garments with him. And he shall be hallowed, and his clothes and his sons and their clothes with him. Thou shalt take the fat of the ram and his rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for that ram is a full offering, and a simnel, which is, it might be a cake or a wafer of bread, and a cake of oiled bread, and a wafer out of the basket of sweet bread. A simnel might be a loaf. That is out of the basket of sweet bread that is before the Lord, and put all upon the hands of Aaron, and on the hands of his sons, and wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. And again thou shalt take it from off their hands, and burn it upon the altar for a burnt offering, to be a savor of sweetness before the Lord. For it is a sacrifice unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and heaved up. This is an adverb. And heaved up. It's waved and heaved up of the ram of the consecration, for Aaron and for his sons. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever of the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering. Even an heave offering of the children of Israel. And of their peace offerings. Their heave offerings is the Lord's, and the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to fill their hands therein. And that son that is priest in his stead after him, the high priest, shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of witness to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of the consecration, and seethe his flesh in an holy place, and Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket, even by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And they shall eat them, because the atonement was made therewith, to fill their hands and to consecrate them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. And if aught of the flesh of the consecration or of the bread remain unto the morning, thou shalt burn it with fire, and it shall not be eaten, because it is holy. Therefore shalt thou do unto Aaron and his sons even so, according to all things that I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou fill their hands, and offer every day a calf for a sin offering, for to reconcile withal, that thou mayest cleanse the altar when thou reconcilest upon it. And thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it. 7 days thou shalt reconcile upon the altar, and sanctify it, and it shall be as an altar most holy. Every one that toucheth the altar, let him be holy. This is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar. Even 2 lambs of 1 year old, day by day continually. The one thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other at even. And with the one lamb 1/10 deal of flour, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine, for a drink offering. And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, and shall do thereto according to the meat offering and drink offering in the morning, to be an odor of a sweet savor, and a sacrifice unto the Lord. And let this be a continual burnt offering among your children after you, before the door of the tabernacle of witness before the Lord, where I will meet you to speak there unto thee. There I will meet with the children of Israel, and will be sanctified in mine honor. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to be my priests. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will be their God. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them out of the land of Egypt, for to dwell among them, even I, the Lord their God. 30. The altar of incense, the brazen laver, the anointing oil. And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it, a cubit long and a cubit broad, even 4 square shall it be, and two cubits high. The horns thereof shall proceed out of it, and thou shalt overlay it with fine gold, both the roof and the walls round about, and its horns also, and shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about, and 2 golden rings on either side, even under the crown, that they may be as places for the bars to bear it withal. And thou shalt make the bars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold, and thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of witness, before the mercy seat that is upon the witness, where I will meet thee. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning when he dresseth the lamps, even then shall he burn it. And likewise at even, when he setteth up the lamps, he shall burn incense. And this incensing shall be perpetually before the Lord throughout your generations. He shall put no strange incense thereon, burnt sacrifice, or meat offering, neither pour any drink offering thereon. And Aaron shall reconcile upon the horns of it once in a year, with the blood of the sin offering of reconciling. Even once in the year shall he reconcile it through your generations. It is most holy unto the Lord. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, they shall give every man a reconciling of his soul unto the Lord when thou tellest them. Or tally it, this is tell, that there may be no plague among them when thou tellest them. And thus much shall every man give, and that goeth into the number. Half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary, a shekel is 20 halfpence, and half shekel shall be the heave offering of the Lord. All that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give a heave offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not pass or surpass, and the poor shall not go under half a shekel. But ye shall give an heave offering unto the Lord, that he may have mercy upon your souls, and thou shalt take the reconciling money of the children of Israel, and shalt put it unto the use of the tabernacle of witness, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, that he may have mercy upon your souls. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thou shalt make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash withal, and shalt put it between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and put water therein. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet therein, even when they go into the tabernacle of witness, or when they go unto the altar to minister, and to burn the Lord's offering. They shall wash themselves with water, lest they die. And it shall be an ordinance unto them forever, both unto him and his seed throughout their generations. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take unto thee principal spices of the most pure myrrh, 500 shekels, of sweet cinnamon, half so much, even 250 shekels, of sweet calamus, 250, of cassia, 250 after the holy shekel, and of oil olive and hin. And thou shalt make of the oil an holy ointment, even an ointment compound, after the craft of the apothecary. And thou shalt anoint or anoint the tabernacle of witness therewith, and the ark of witness, and the table, and all his apparel, and the candlestick and his apparel, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt sacrifice, with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy, such that no man touch them, but they that be hallowed, but that they be hallowed. And thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be an holy anointing oil, or ointing oil unto me throughout your generations. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other after the making of it, for it is holy, and shall be holy unto you. Whosoever maketh like that, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall perish from among his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take unto thee sweet spices, balm, onycha, sweet galbanum, these spices with pure frankincense, of each like much, and make of them sweet-smelling incense after the craft of the apothecary, mingled together, pure and holy. And beat it to powder, and put of it before the witness in the tabernacle of witness, where I will meet thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And see that you make none after the making of that. It shall be unto you holy for the Lord. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall perish from among his people. 31. The calling of Bezaleel and Aholiab the workmen, the Sabbath is commanded. The tables of stone are given Moses. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, I have called by name Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding and knowledge, and in all manner work, to find out subtle feats, and to work in gold, silver, and brass, and in the craft, to set stones, and to carve in timber, and to work in all manner workmanship. And behold, I have given him to his companion Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. And in the hearts of all that are wise-hearted I have put wisdom to make all that I have commanded thee, the tabernacle of witness, the ark of witness, and the mercy seat that is thereupon, and all the ornaments of the tabernacle, and the table and his ornaments, and the pure candlestick with all his apparel, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offerings, and all his vessels, and the laver with his foot, the vestments to minister in, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in, and the anointing oil, and sweet incense for the sanctuary, according to all that I have commanded thee, shall they do. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say, In any wise see that ye keep my Sabbaths, for it is a sign between me and you in your generations, for to know that I the Lord am he that doth sanctify you. Keep my Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. He that defileth it shall be slain. For whosoever worketh therein, the same soul shall be rooted out from among his people. 6 days shall men work, and in the 7th day is the Sabbath of the holy rest of the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day shall die. Wherefore, let the children of Israel keep the Sabbath, that they observe it throughout their generations, that it be an appointment forever. For it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and in the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. And when the Lord had made an end of communing with Moses upon the Mount Sinai, he gave him 2 tables of witness, even tables of stone, written with the finger of God. 32. The golden calf. Moses prayeth for them. He breaketh the tables for anger. He chideth Aaron. The idolaters are slain. And when the people saw that it was long ere Moses came down out of the mountain, they gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods to go before us, for of this Moses, the fellow that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become. And Aaron said unto them, Pluck off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people plucked off the golden earrings which they had in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them of their hands, and fashioned it with a graver, and made of it a calf of molten metal. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw that, he made an altar before it. And Aaron cried, saying, Tomorrow is the holy day of the Lord. And they rose up in the morning, and offered burnt offerings, and brought peace offerings also. And the people sat them down to eat and drink, and rose up again to play. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have marred all. They are turned at once out of the way which I commanded them. For they have made them a calf of molten metal, and have worshipped it, and have offered thereto, saying, These be thy gods, O Israel, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. And now suffer me that my wrath may wax hot against them and consume them, and I will make of thee a mighty people. And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, O Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, For a mischief did he bring them out, even for to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and turn from this evil devised against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord refrained himself from that evil, which he said he would do unto his people. And Moses turned his back, and went down from the hill, and the 2 tables of witness were in his hand, and the same tables were written on both the leaves, and were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God, graven in the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people, as they shouted, he said unto Moses, There is a noise of war in the host. And he answered, It is not the cry of them that have the mastery, nor of them that have the worse, but I do hear the noise of them that sing. And it fortuned, as soon as he came nigh unto the host, he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moses' wrath waxed hot. And he cast the tables out of his hand, and brake them beneath the hill. And he took the calf which they had made, and burned it in the fire, and stamped it into powder, and strewed it in the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. And Moses said unto Aaron, What did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron answered, Let not the wrath of my Lord wax fierce. Thou knowest the people, that they are even set on mischief. For they said unto me, Make us gods to go before us, for we wot not what is become of Moses, the fellow that brought us out of the land of Egypt. And I said unto them, Let them that have gold pluck it off, and bring it me. And I cast it into the fire, and thereof came out this calf. Moses therefore saw that the people were naked, and that Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. And he went and stood in the gate of the host, and said, If any man pertain unto the Lord, let him come to me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together and came unto him, and he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the host, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did as Moses had said, and there fell of the people the same day about 3,000 men. And Moses said, Fill your hands unto the Lord this day, every man upon his son and upon his brother, and that there may be given you a blessing this day. And on the morrow it fortuned that Moses said unto the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up unto the Lord, if peradventure I may purchase an atonement for your sin. Moses therefore went again unto the Lord, and said, O this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. And now I pray thee, either forgive them their sin, or, if thou wilt not, wipe me out of thy book which thou hast written. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will put him out of my book that hath sinned against me. And now go thou, bring the people unto the place which I said unto thee, Behold, mine angel shall go before thee. Never the latter, in the day when I will visit their sin upon them. And the Lord plagued the people, or slaughtered the people, because they made the calf which Aaron made. And that was that 3,000. 33. The Lord sendeth an angel before his people. The Lord denieth to go up with the people. The people lament their sin. Moses talketh with the Lord. The Lord said unto Moses, Depart and go hence, thou and the people which thou hast brought out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swore unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, Unto thy seed will I give it. And I will send an angel before thee, and will cast out the Canaanites, the Amorites, and the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, a land that floweth with milk and honey. For I will not go up. A land that floweth with milk and honey. For I will not go among you myself, for you are a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. And when the people heard this evil tidings, they sorrowed, and no man did put on his best raiment. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto the children of Israel, Ye are a stiff-necked people. I must come once suddenly upon you, and make an end of you. Therefore now put thy goodly raiment from thee, that I may wit what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel laid their goodly raiment from them, even by the Mount Horeb. And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without, outside the host, afar off from the host, and called it the tabernacle of witness. And so it came to pass that every one which would pray unto the Lord went out unto the tabernacle of witness, which was without the host. And it fortuned that when Moses went out unto the tabernacle, all the people rose up and stood every man at his tent door, and looked after Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle. And as soon as Moses was entered into the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and he talked with Moses. And all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door. And they rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again unto the host. And the child Joshua his servant, the son of Nun, departed not out of the tabernacle. And Moses said unto the Lord, See, thou sayest unto me, Lead this people forth, and thou hast not showed me whom thou wilt send with me. And thou hast said, moreover, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore, if I have found favor in thy sight, then show me thy way, that I may know thee, and that I may find grace in thy sight. And consider also that this nation is thy people. And he said, My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. He said unto him, If thy presence go not with me, carry us not hence. For how shall it be known here? Carry us not hence. For how shall it be known here that I and thy people have found favor in thy sight, but in that thou goest with us? If thou go with us, shall not I and thy people have a preeminence before all the people that are upon the face of the earth? And the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this also that thou hast said, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my good go before thee, and I will be called in this name of the Lord before thee. I will be called in this name of the Lord before thee, and will show mercy to whom I will show mercy, and will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. And he said furthermore, Thou mayest not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. And the Lord said, Behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And while my glory goeth forth, I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will put mine hand upon thee while I pass by. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. 34. The tables are renewed, the mercy of God. To have fellowship with the Gentiles is forbidden, and their idolatry also, of their feasts. The Lord said unto Moses, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon them the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest, and be ready in the morning, that thou mayest come up early unto the mount of Sinai, and stand there with me in the top of the mount. There shall no man come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let sheep nor oxen feed before the hill. And Moses hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and rose up early in the morning, and went up into the Mount Sinai, as the Lord had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And the Lord descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and called upon the name of the Lord. And when the Lord walked before him, he cried, Lord, Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, and keeping mercy in store for thousands, forgiving wickedness, ungodliness, and sin, and not leaving one innocent, visiting the wickedness of the fathers upon the children and upon children's children, even unto the 3rd and 4th generation. And Moses bowed himself to the earth quickly, and worshipped, and said, If I have found grace in thy sight, O Lord, then let my Lord go with us, for it is a stubborn people, and thou shalt have mercy upon our wickedness and our sin, and shalt take us for thine inheritance. He said, Behold, I make an appointment before all thy people, and will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the world, neither in all nations. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Keep those things that I command thee this day. Behold, I cast out before thee the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Take heed to thyself, that thou make no compact or pact with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be cause of ruin among you. But overthrow their altars, and break their images, and cut down their groves. Thou shalt worship no strange god, for the Lord is called jealous, because he is a jealous God. Lest if thou make any agreement with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, that they call thee, and thou eat of their sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods also. Thou shalt make thee no gods of metal. The feast of sweet bread shalt thou keep. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, as I commanded thee, in the time of the month when corn beginneth to ripe. For in the month when corn beginneth to ripe. For in the month when corn beginneth to ripe, thou camest out of Egypt. All that breaketh up the matrix is mine, and all that breaketh the matrix among thy cattle, if it be male, whether it be ox or sheep. But the first of the ass thou shalt buy out with a lamb, and if thou redeem him not, thou shalt break his neck. All the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou redeem, and see that no man appear before me empty. 6 days thou shalt work, and in the 7th day thou shalt rest, both from earing and reaping. Thou shalt observe the feast of weeks with the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the first of ingathering at the year's end. Thrice in a year shall all your men children appear before the Lord, by Jehovah, God of Israel, when I cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy coasts, such that no man shall desire thy land. Thou shalt go up to appear before the Lord thy God thrice in the year. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice upon leaven, neither shall aught of the sacrifice of the feast of Passover be left unto the morning. The first ripe fruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy God, and thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, and did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, even 10 verses. And it fortuned, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, the 2 tables of witness were in Moses' hand when he came down from the mount. And Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone in manner of an horn, while he talked with him. And Aaron and all the children of Israel looked upon Moses, and behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And when he had called them, Aaron and all the chief that were in the company came unto him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward all the children of Israel came nigh, and he commanded them all that the Lord had said unto him in Mount Sinai. And when Moses had made an end of communing with them, he put a covering upon his face. And again when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the covering off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the covering upon his face again until he went in to commune with him. 35. The Sabbath, the first fruits, are required, the readiness of the people to offer. Bezaleel and Aholiab are praised of Moses and set to work. And Moses gathered all the company of the children of Israel together and said unto them, These are the words which the Lord hath commanded that ye should do them. 6 days ye shall work, but in the 7th day shall be unto you the holy Sabbath of the Lord's rest. Whosoever doeth any work therein shall die. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout all your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And Moses spake unto all the multitude of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying, Take from among you an heave offering unto the Lord. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it for the heave offering of the Lord, namely, gold, silver, and brass, and yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, goat's hair, and ram skins red, and taxus, badger skins with shittim wood, oil for light, and spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod, and in the breast lap. And let all them that are wise-hearted among you come and make all that the Lord hath commanded, the habitation with the tent thereof, and his covering, and his rings, and his boards, and his bars, his pillars, and his sockets, the ark, and the staves thereof, with the mercy seat, and the veil that covereth it, the table and his bars, and all his vessels, the showbread, the candlestick of light, and his apparel, and his lamps with the oil for the light, the incense altar and his bars, the anointing oil and the sweet incense, the hanging of the door at the entering in of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt sacrifice with his brass and gridiron, his staves and all his vessels, the laver in his foot, the hangings of the court with his pillars in their sockets, and the hanging in the door of the court, the pins of the habitation and the pins of the court with their cords, the ministering garments to minister in the holy place, and the holy vestments for Aaron the priest, and the vestments of his sons that they may minister in. And all the company of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses, and every one came, as many as their hearts encouraged them, as many as their spirits made them willing, and brought a present for the Lord to the making of the tabernacle of witness, and for all his uses, and for the holy vestments. And they came, both men and women, even as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets and earrings, rings and chains, which jewels were all of gold. And all the men brought a wave offering of gold unto the Lord, and every man with whom was found yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, and goat's hair, and red skins of rams, and taxus badger skins, brought them. All that did heave up an oblation of gold and brass, and brought an heave offering unto the Lord. And all men with whom was found shittim wood for any manner of work of the ministration brought it. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands, and brought the spun work, both of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white silk. And all the women whom their own heart moved spun goat's hair wisely. And the lords brought onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastlap, and spice and oil for light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. And the children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, both men and women, as many as had willing hearts to bring, for all manner works which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, Behold, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding, in knowledge, and in all manner work, to find out curious works which are made in gold, silver, and brass, in the craft of stones to set them, and in carving of wood, to make any manner of subtle work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart, to work all manner of graven and subtle and needlework, in yellow silk, purple and scarlet, white silk, and in weaving, and to do all manner of work and subtle feats. 36. The things that Bezaleel and Aholiab made. And Bezaleel wrought, and Aholiab and all wise-hearted men, to whom the Lord gave wisdom and understanding, to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, and all that the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezaleel, Aholiab, and all the wise-hearted men, and such as the Lord had given wisdom unto, and as many as their hearts encouraged, to come unto that work to work it. And they received of Moses all the present which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it. And beside that, they brought gifts unto it every day in the morning. And all the wise men that wrought all the holy work came, every man from his work which they made, and spake unto Moses, saying, The people bring too much and more than enough for the service and work which the Lord hath commanded to be made. And then Moses gave a commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the host, saying, See that neither man nor woman prepare any more work for the present of the sanctuary. And so the people were forbidden to bring, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. All the wise-hearted men, therefore, and they that wrought for the habitation, made 10 curtains of white twined silk, yellow silk, purple, and scarlet, with pictures of broidered work made he them. The length of one curtain was 28 cubits, and the breadth 4 cubits, and the curtains were all of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and other 5 by themselves. And he made loops of yellow silk along by the edge of one curtain, even in the selvage of the coupling curtain. And likewise he made on the side of the coupling curtain on the other side. 50 loops made he in the one curtain, and 50 in the edge of the coupling curtain on the other side. And the loops held one curtain to another. And he made 50 rings of gold, and coupled the curtains one to another with the rings, and so was it made one dwelling place. And he made 11 curtains of goat's hair to be a tent over the tabernacle. The length of a curtain had 30 cubits, and was 4 cubits broad, and they all 11 of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 by themselves. And he made 50 loops along by the border of the utmost coupling curtain, and 50 in the edge of the other coupling curtain, that they might be joined together. And he made 50 rings of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made a covering upon the tent of ram skins red, and yet another of taxus, badger skins, above that. And he made standing boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood. The length of a board was 10 cubits, the breadth 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 feet, whereby they were joined one to another. And thus made he for all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made 20 boards for the south side of the habitation, 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 feet, where the sockets of the sides end at the corners. And for the other side of the dwelling, which is toward the north, he made 20 boards, and there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and toward the west end of the tabernacle, that is to say, at that end of the tabernacle which inclineth toward the sea, he made 6 boards, and 2 other boards made he in the corners of the habitation for either side. And they were joined close beneath and above with a clamp, and thus they did to both the corners. And there were 8 boards and 16 sockets of silver, under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in the one side, and 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in the other side, and 5 bars for the boards of the habitation in the west end toward the sea. He made the middest bar to shoot through the boards, even from the one end to the other, and overlaid the boards with gold, and made their rings of gold to thrust the bars through, and covered the bars with gold. And he made a hanging of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, even with pictures made he it of broidered work, and made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their knobs were also of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. This might be the chapiters, the knobs. And he made an hanging for the tabernacle door of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk of needlework, and the 5 pillars of it with their knops, and overlaid the knops of them, and the hoops, which are the base fillets, with gold. So the knops are the chapiters. Their 5 sockets also were of brass. 37. And Bezaleel made the ark of shittim wood. The ark of witness, the mercy seat, the table, the candlestick, the lights, the altar, and the incense. And Bezaleel made the ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half long, and a cubit and a half broad, and a cubit and a half high, and overlaid it with fine gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about, and cast for it 4 rings of gold for the 4 corners of it, 2 rings for the one side and 2 for the other, and made bars of shittim wood, and covered them with gold, and put the bars and the rings along by the side of the ark, to bear it withal. And he made the mercy seat, that is to say, God's answering place, of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth. And he made 2 cherubims of thick gold upon the 2 ends of the mercy seat, 1 cherub on the one end, and another cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat made he the cherubims, namely, in the ends thereof. And the cherubims spread out their wings above on high, and covered the mercy seat therewith. And their faces were one to another, even to the mercy seatward were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood, 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with fine gold, and made thereto a crown of gold round about, and made thereto an hoop, or base fillet, of an handbreadth. round about, and made upon the hoop a crown of gold round about, and cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Even hard by the hoop were the rings, into the which the bars were put, to bear the table withal. And he made the bars of shittim wood, and covered them with gold, to bear the table withal, and made the vessels for the table of pure gold, the dishes, spoons, flat pieces, and pots to pour withal. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, even of 1 piece made he the candlestick. For his foot, his shaft, his cups, his knobs, and his flowers were of 1 piece, 6 branches proceeding out of the sides thereof, 3 out of the one side, and 3 out of the other. And in 1 branch 3 cups made like unto almonds, with knobs and flowers. And in another branch 3 cups made like almonds, with knobs and flowers. And so throughout the 6 branches that proceeded out of the candlestick. And upon the candlestick self 4 cups after the fashion of almonds, with knobs and flowers, under every 2 branches a knob. And the knobs and the branches proceeded out of it, and it was all 1 piece of pure thick gold. And he made his 7 lamps, with the tongs and snuffers thereof, of pure gold, even of 100 weight, or talent of pure gold, made he it with all the vessels thereof. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth a cubit, for it was 4 square, and 2 cubits high, with horns proceeding out of it. And he covered it with gold, both the top and the sides thereof round about, and the horns of it, and made unto it a crown of gold round about. And he made 2 rings of gold for it, even under the crown thereof, in the 2 corners of it, and in the 2 sides thereof, to put bars in, for to bear it withal. And made the bars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he made the holy anointing oil, and the sweet pure incense after the apothecary's craft. 38. The altar of burnt offerings, the brazen laver, the sum of that the people offered. The total sum of that the people offered. Of that which the people offered. And he made the burnt offering altar of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth, even 4 square, and 3 cubits high. And he made unto it horns in the 4 corners of it, proceeding out of it, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the cauldrons, shovels, basins, flesh hooks, and coal pans, all the vessels thereof made he of brass. And he made a brazen gridiron of network under the altar, round about, alow, or below, beneath, unto the midst of the altar, and cast 4 rings of brass for the 4 ends of the gridiron to put bars in. And he made the bars of shittim wood, and covered them with brass, and put the bars into the rings in the 4 corners of the altar to bear it withal, and made the altar hollow within the boards. And he made the laver of brass, and the foot of it also of brass, in the sight of them that did watch at the door of the tabernacle of witness. And he made the court on the south side, and the hangings of the court were of white twined silk, having 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their brazen sockets 20. But the knobs of the pillars and their hoops were of silver, the chapiters and the fillets. And on the north side the hangings were 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their sockets of brass 20. But the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver. On the west side were hangings of 50 cubits, 10 pillars, and their 10 sockets of brass. But the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver. And toward the east side were hangings of 50 cubits. The hangings of the one side of the gate were 15 cubits long, with 3 pillars and 3 sockets. And of the other side of the court gate were hangings also of 15 cubits long, with 3 pillars and 3 sockets. All the hangings of the court round about were of white twined silk, but the sockets of the pillars were of brass, and the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver. The chapiters and the fillets, the tops and the bases, were of silver, and the covering of the heads was of silver. And all the pillars of the court were hooped about with silver. And the hanging of the gate of the court was needlework of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, 20 cubits long and 5 in breadth, over against the hangings of the court. And their pillars were 4, and their sockets of brass, and the knobs of silver. And the heads overlaid with silver, and hooped about with silver. And all the pins of the tabernacle and of the court round about were of brass. This is the sum of the habitation of witness, as it was counted, according to the commandment of Moses, for the office of the Levites, by the hand of Itamar's son to Aaron the priest. And Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord commanded Moses, and with him was Aholiab the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan, a cunning graver and a worker of needlework in yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twine silk. All the gold that was occupied for all the work of the holy place was the gold of the wave offering, even 2,900 weight, and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. And a sum of silver that came of the multitude was 500 weight. Okay, and they didn't say hundred weight. 100 weight is a talent. 100 talents and 1,775 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. For every man and half weight, even half a shekel, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for all them that went to be numbered from 20 years old and above, even for 600,000 and 3,000 and 550 men. Half a shekel for every person. And of the 500 weight of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets of the veil, and 100 sockets of the 500 weight, and 100 weight to every socket. And of the 1,775 shekels, he made knobs to the pillars and overlaid the heads and hooped them, the base hoops, with silver. And the brass of the wave offering was 70 hundredweight and 2,400 shekels. And therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the brazen altar, and the brazen gridiron for it, with all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets for the court gate, and all the pins of the habitation, and all the pins of the court round about. 39. The apparel of Aaron and his sons, all that the Lord commanded, was offered. And of the yellow silk, purple and scarlet, they made the vestments of ministration to do service in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. He made the ephod of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twine silk, and they did beat the gold into thin plates, and cut it into wires, to work it in the yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and in the fine white, with broidered work. And they made 2 sides for it, to close them up by the 2 edges, and the broidering of the girdle that was upon it was of the same stuff, and after the same work, of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and twined white silk, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they wrought onyx stones closed in ouches of gold, and engraved as signets are graven, with the names of the children of Israel, to put them in the shoulders of the ephod, that they should be stones for a remembrance of the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. He made the breastlap of cunning work, and like the work of the ephod, even of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and twined white silk, it was 4 square, and they made the breastlap double, and handbreadth long, and an handbreadth broad. And they filled it with 4 rows of stones, the first row a sardius, a topaz, a smaragdus, or emerald, the second row a ruby, a sapphire, and a diamond. It says emerald right here. In the third row, ligure, agate, and an amethyst. In the 4th row, a turquoise, an onyx, and a jasper. And they were closed in ouches of gold in their enclosures. And the 12 stones were graven as signets, with the names of the children of Israel, every stone with his name, according to the 12 tribes. And they made upon the breastlap 2 fastening chains of wreathen work, in pure gold, wreathen. And they made 2 hooks of gold, and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings in the 2 corners of the breastlap. And they put the 2 chains of gold in the 2 rings in the corners of the breastlap, and the 2 ends of the 2 chains they fastened in the 2 hooks, and put them on the shoulders of the ephod upon the forefront of it. And they made 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 corners of the breastflap upon the edge of it, which was on the inside by the ephod. And they made 2 gold rings, and put them on the 2 sides of the ephod beneath on the foreside of it, and over against his fellow, above upon the broidering of the ephod. And they straightened the breastflap by his rings, or tightened, unto the rings of the ephod, with a lace of yellow silk, that it might be upon the broidering of the ephod, and that the breastflap should not be loosed from the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the tunicle unto the ephod of woven work, altogether of yellow silk, and there was an hole in the midst of the tunicle, as the collar of a partlet, with a band or tie round about the collar, that it should not rend. And in the tunicle they made hems with pomegranates of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, and they made little bells of pure gold, and put them among the pomegranates round about upon the edge of the tunicle, a bell and a pomegranate, a bell and a pomegranate, round about the hems of the tunicle to minister in, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made coats of fine white, of woven work, for Aaron and his sons, and a mitre of fine white, and a goodly bonnets of fine white, and linen breeches of twined silk, of twined white, and a girdle of twined white, yellow silk, purple, and scarlet, even of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made the plate for the holy crown of fine gold, and wrote upon it with graven work, the holiness of the Lord, and tied it unto a lace of yellow silk to fasten it on high upon the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses. Thus was all the work of the habitation and of the tabernacle of witness finished, and the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses, even so did they. And they brought all the habitation unto Moses, the tent and all his apparel, buttons, boards, bars, pillars, and sockets, the covering of rams' skins dyed red, and the covering of taxus, badger skins, and the hanging veil, the ark of witness, and the bars thereof, and the mercy seat, the table and all the vessels thereof, and the showbread, the pure candlestick, with the lamps thereof, even with the lamps to be prepared, and all the vessels thereof, and the oil for light, the golden altar, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging of the tabernacle door, and the brazen altar with his gridiron of brass, his bars and all his vessels, the laver and his foot, the hangings of the court, with his pillars and sockets, the hanging to the court gate, and his pins and cords, and all the vessels of the service of the habitation for the tabernacle of witness, the ministering vestments to serve in the holy place, and the holy vestments for Aaron the priest, and his sons' raiments, to minister in, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Even so the children of Israel made all the work. And Moses beheld all the work, and see, they had done it even as the Lord commanded. Even so had they done, and Moses blessed them. 40. The tabernacle is reared up. The glory of the Lord appeareth in the cloud covering the tabernacle. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, In the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the habitation and the tabernacle of witness, and put therein the ark of witness, and cover the ark with the veil, and bring in the table, and apparel it according to the order thereof. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light his lamps, and set the incense altar of gold before the ark of witness, and put the hanging at the door of the habitation. And set the burnt offering altar before the door of the habitation, and the tabernacle of witness, and set the laver between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and put water therein, and make the court round about, and hang up the hanging at the court gate. And thou shalt take the anointing oil, and anoint the habitation and all that is therein, and hallow it with all the vessels thereof, that it may be holy. And thou shalt anoint the altar of burnt offering and all his vessels, and sanctify the altar, that it may be an altar most holy. And thou shalt anoint also the laver and his foot, and sanctify it. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of witness, and wash them with water. And thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy vestments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me. And thou shalt bring his sons, and clothe them with garments, and anoint them as thou didst unto their father, as thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me. For their anointing shall be an everlasting priesthood unto them throughout their generations. And Moses did according to all that the Lord commanded him, even so did he. Thus was the tabernacle reared up the first day in the first month in the second year. And Moses reared up the tabernacle, and fastened his sockets, and set up the boards thereof, and put in the bars of it, and reared up his pillars, and spread abroad the tent over the habitation, and put the covering of the tent on high above it, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he took the testimony, and put it in the ark, and set the bars to the ark, and put the mercy seat on high upon the ark, and brought the ark into the habitation, and hanged up the veil, and covered the ark of witness, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the table in the tabernacle of witness on the north side of the habitation, but without or outside the veil, and set the bread in order before the Lord, even as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he put the candlestick in the tabernacle of witness over against the table toward the south side of the habitation, and set up the lamps before the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tabernacle of witness before the veil, in front of the veil, and burnt sweet incense thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he hanged up the hanging at the door of the habitation, and set the burnt offering altar by the entering in of the habitation of the tabernacle of witness, and offered burnt offerings and meat offerings thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he set the laver between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and poured water therein to wash withal. And Moses, Aaron, and his sons washed their hands and their feet thereat, when they went into the tabernacle of witness. And when they went to the altar, they washed themselves, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he reared up the court round about the habitation and the altar, and set up an hanging at the court gate, and so Moses finished the work. And the cloud covered the tabernacle of witness, and the glory of the Lord filled the habitation. And Moses could not enter into the tabernacle of witness, because the cloud abode thereon, and the glory of the Lord filled the habitation, for the cloud had covered all. And when the cloud was taken up from off the habitation, the children of Israel took their journeys throughout their armies. And when the cloud was not taken up, they journeyed not till it was taken up. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the habitation by day, and fire by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their armies. The end of the second book of Moses, called Exodus. The night is young. We could continue. Third book of Moses, called Leviticus. Chapter 1, the order of burnt offerings. See, Moses is depicted with horns. The horns indicate power. Anytime the devil has horns, he's a counterfeit of Moses. This is a good place to stop. I'll stop here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll continue tomorrow with Leviticus. So I appreciate you all for stopping in, whether it was for just a few minutes or more, or anyone who's watching the VOD afterward. I really appreciate it. So take care, everybody. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. And yeah, I love you. God bless you, and good night. Peace.